Hello, YouTubers, friends, compatriots, bootlicker shills, death slaves, first peasants, vassals, minions, meatacks. I'm Useful Idiot. Welcome. And let's go to Germany and talk about this German company that has developed an engineering installation capable of synthesizing petroleum-based fuels from water and carbon dioxide. And so it's being described as somewhat of a miracle. And it will be available by 2016. And some of the big flaws, of course, are the fact that it's relatively not that cost effective yet compared to the cost it takes to, for example, to extract oil and coal and get energy that way. So it's not that cost effective yet, and it's also technology that's a long ways away from operating on the massive scales it needs to be in order to use it for industrial use. But an interesting process, and the Sunfire company is developing this. And one of the intriguing aspects is it was a process that was first developed by German chemists going back to 1925, and it's called the Fischer-Tropsch reaction. And the reaction converts carbon dioxide extracted from water. And so interesting. So we find fuel that's created from water, and carbon dioxide is extracted from the water, and hydrogen gas is generated from the water vapor, and through electrolysis, it's turned into fuel. And so I was thinking about that, and I was thinking, wow, that's very intriguing, but that's awfully similar to Stan Meyer. And for those of you who are not familiar with Stan Meyer, who purportedly developed a car that ran on water, created an engine that could turn water into fuel and run an automobile. And I'm not sure how far back it goes exactly. There's footage. I'll attach some links below, but as far back as 1986, Stan Meyer was demonstrating a dune buggy that he supposedly ran on a water fuel cell. And it has a lot of advantages because, for one thing, it recycles the fuel itself by the condensation, so that can be recycled, and it's completely non-polluting. But the whole story of Stan Meyer is very strange because he developed this this technology, and it was all over the internet, and there's plenty of stuff on YouTube, and has a dune buggy and a car that ran on this technology. But then mysteriously it dies. His brother says he was poisoned in a restaurant when he was meeting with some potential Belgian investors. But the other part of the story that's weird is in 1996, this technology was declared fraudulent. But part of the problem there is that the patents that were filed by Stan Meyer didn't include all the crucial details because he was afraid of having his discovery undermined. So if you use those patents, they wouldn't really work. But the other part of the story, of course, is that a lot of his work was confiscated after he died. And now we've been revealed, of course, that his brother got it, and he continues to post the material online, and some of that is posted below as well. But this is the water fuel cell, and it sounds very reminiscent of the technology developed by the German company. So now we have possible redemption of Stan Meyer. There's all this skepticism and all these legalities concerning whether his technology worked, and yet we have Stan Meyer developed a fuel cell that split water into hydrogen and oxygen, and the hydrogen gas was then burned to create energy through a system of electrolysis. So definite similarities. If there's anybody out there that understands this technology more, they can tell me what the similarities and the differences are between the Stan Meyer fuel cell and this new engineering installation that this German company has developed. But very striking. So anyway, for those of you who don't know about Stan Meyer, this will be a real revelation. But these are the kind of technologies that we need for the future that make a lot more sense than some of the things that we've been shown thus far. But it brings up one of those interesting concepts that is the whole idea that there's a lot of advanced alternative technologies out there already, and they're co-opted and suppressed and bought out and buried by these big companies, particularly the oil companies that want their old energy based model to continue as far as it can, so they can continue to make money. Although in some respects, like we've discussed, it's still one of the more cost-effective ways to create energy, oddly enough. But the fact that there is the potential for machines that can turn water into fuel is certainly an incredible goal to strive for, and it would be a shame if there's technologies out there like that that are being suppressed and buried, and maybe we'll see them in the future. But in the meantime, great step forward. We'll see if there is more of this in the future, I'm sure. I'm a useful idiot. Don't you be one too.